Just a few words about the concept of self-quarantine, because this has caused quite a bit of confusion in the community. Now, people who should self-quarantine are those either who obviously come into contact with a case of COVID, or alternatively those who are at risk of coming into contact with COVID when they've just come back from overseas, from countries where COVID is circulating. Now, all these individuals should self-quarantine. In other words, they confine themselves into a house for a period of 14 days, which is the incubation period of the infection. Now, during this period of time, they should remain in their house. They should avoid coming into contact with many people. If they have to go out, then again, not to come into contact with people and to come back into home as soon as possible. At the same time, they should self-monitor themselves for any signs of illness, because if they do have any signs of illness, they need to alert their medical practitioner in order to be tested. Now, self-quarantine should also involve other members in the same household, and ideally both adults and children. Now, we do realize that does cause quite a lot of difficulty with adults in the same household. So, on consideration, viewing the risks versus the difficulty which it causes, we decide to modify our recommendations somewhat and allow adults, provided that they do comply with good personal hygiene, that they do social distance themselves, that the surfaces in the household are clean, etc., that they could not self-quarantine. This does not apply to children. The reason is that children can get infected or do get infected without any clinical symptoms. They therefore move around in the community and they're not very particular with their hygiene, and there is a risk, albeit a small risk, there is a risk that they could contract the infection from the traveller or the other contact and then spread it in the community. And that's why we prefer children in the household where there is one of these persons in self-quarantine, to also be under self-quarantine conditions with that 14 days.